Someone reached out to me the other day and told me that they were really overwhelmed and weren't sure what to do about it. Not sure where to start. I'm feeling paralyzed. I'm not getting anything done. Hi, it's Bill. It's Creative License, sponsored by Electro Voice, promo only, DJ Event Planner, Disc Jockey News, Perfect Portals, and of course, my workshop, the Entertainment Experience. So, I know the feeling. I'm there a lot. Many of you know that I've suffered with ADD, ADHD, hyperkinetic, whatever they've called it over the years. I've suffered from that all my life. And one of the responses to that is overwhelm. And procrastination is what, the world calls it. I'm not getting anything done. Why? Because I didn't do anything. Well, I didn't do anything because I'm a procrastinator. Well, maybe not. But I think everybody can say that they have suffered from procrastination and, worse yet, overwhelm and a sense of not knowing where to begin. Okay, so let me give you a tip. It's not the only thing. There's lots of different techniques to work through the idea that you're overwhelmed and not sure where to start. And you can Google and find a few and give them a try. But here's one, because these little shows are not very long, and this is one that I use, and usually almost exclusively. Okay? When you're at a place where you're so overwhelmed that you don't know where you start, it's because in your head, you're trying to figure out where the starting point is, where the middle is, and how the end is going to work out. You're trying to predict everything before you begin. It is something that the human brain does. It's a prediction-making machine. It's not a good one. It can predict the obvious. Like if you step off a cliff, you'll fall to your death, or at least break a bone. But you won't know, really, that that's the truth until you step off a cliff. Okay, I'm not telling you to do that. What I'm telling you to do is that same voice tells you you can't get going. You need to be completely paralyzed until you understand the entire picture. The beginning, the middle, the end. The start, the middle, the end. So now you sit in, I haven't figured it out yet. And until I do, I can't do anything. Got it. Here's your tip. Start anyway. Simple, right? It's kind of irritating that you wait this long for me to say something that probably is pissing you off. Because trust me, it pissed me off the first time I heard it. But the truth is, everything that you have going on in your head has nothing to do with reality. Because as long as you try to figure the thing out, it's not happening. Nothing is happening. And the closer you get to trying to figure it out, the more your brain will predict all of the bad things that are going to happen if you do get started. So then what happens? You just sit in not getting started. Now you've done nothing. And now you feel bad. And you feel overwhelmed and paralyzed and not know where to start. Okay, the voices in your head, recognize the voices talking, and then say, thank you for sharing. Take it out. And remember that that's just a made-up thing. Now, start. Where do I start? Start the first place that comes to your head. And where it showed up for me, the first place that it showed up as a helpful thing is where I write. I want to be able to see the entire story in my head before I sit down and write. Well, you don't always have that. And the little machine in your head will tell me why that's a bad idea. But if I start in the place that I know will work, like the middle, or I write anything down at all about the story, all of a sudden that act of action moves me towards figuring it out, because you will. Anything you put your mind to, you figured it out. most things you haven't had figured out before you started. In fact, I would probably guess and probably be right to say anything you've tried in your life, you've not had figured out before you started. You figured it out as you went because you made mistakes and you had to pivot and you had to change. But guess what? You got things done. And if you start today and you get only this much done, tomorrow you'll get that much done when you start again and start again and maybe start again. So start. Anything to do with the idea in your head, just begin and make it a physical action, not a thought, and see where that takes you. All right. I might have overrun myself a little bit, but you get the gist. This is Bill. This is Creative License, and I'll see you next week.